What's good, everybody, man? This is your guy, Manny, and this is the Talking Sports with Manny YouTube channel. So, I got a great one for you guys today. We're going to talk Washington football. So, what's good, Washington football nation? We're going to talk about the official 53-man roster, but more so the depth chart. Let's look at the depth chart. So, eventually, I'm going to share my screen, but just my biggest takes out of this depth chart is, for one, Dyami Brown is listed as the backup to Terry McLaurin. I get that. Cam Sims is listed as the backup of Curtis Samuel. And then DeAndre Carter is listed as the backup of Adam Humphries. And it's kind of confusing to me because you will figure that Dax Mills should be the backup. But we're going to get into all this and more. I'm going to share my screen shortly. We're just going to dive into this thing. All right, so you guys can now see what I see. So you see Terry McLaurin as a wide receiver one being backed up by Dyami Brown. So all the greens are all the rookies, okay? You see Adam Humphries in the slot, and his backup is DeAndre Carter, followed by Dax Mills. Now, what it seems like is that Dax Mills is probably not going to dress a lot this season if they have DeAndre Carter, especially because of special teams. We're going to get into all that and more. We have Curtis Samuel on the outside. A lot of people thought that he'll be on the inside, but of course, obviously, with different personnel groupings, you're going to see Curtis Samuel lined up in the backfield as well as in the slot position as well. So, yeah, Curtis Samuel on the outside, and then backed up by Cam Sims. Obviously, the red zone packages is going to have packages that include a Cam Sims for those red zone targets, because the team is lacking bigger wide receivers. And I think Cam Sims is the biggest wide receiver by far on this team. But thank God we have some pretty big tight ends to help fill the gap. So we're going to look at the offensive line. We have Charles Leno as a left tackle. Not a surprise there. Wes Schweitzer, left guard. We have Chase Roulier as the center. Then we have Brandon Sheriff as the right guard. And then we have Samuel Cosmi at that right tackle position. Now, you see that you see Saahdiq Charles here. And Saahdiq Charles has pretty much two spots. He's backing up the right guard position and the right tackle position. Ron Rivera loves that position flex, and that's why Saahdiq Charles is here. But I like him better as a guard and not tackle. But it's good to have him there just in case somebody gets hurt on that right side. He can jump on in and take care of that. Then you have Larson, who's a center, but he can also play guard. And he played in Carolina, and he was just one of those Carolina guys that Rivera loved so much that came in and did some pretty good things for us. So he can play the center position and he can play both guard positions. Okay. Then you have Ereck Flowers as the backup left guard. Honestly, I would have Ereck Flowers starting over Wes Schweitzer, but both guys are excellent choices. It really doesn't even matter. Like, let's say, God forbid, that Brandon Sheriff gets hurt, you can now move Ereck Schweitzer over, and then you can, slide Flowers into the left guard, and then Schweitzer over to right guard. Meaning that he played right guard last year when Sheriff got hurt. Then you have Cornelius Lucas helping to man that left tackle position. The left tackle position is what scares people a lot, because it's like you don't really know what to expect. You don't know what's about to happen out of that position. But when you look at it, man, it's going to work. It's going to work. Charles Leno, he's solid. He's dependable. He's kind of like a Morgan Moses, but on the left side. And a lot of people said a lot of things about Morgan Moses, but, he was decent, he was solid, and he was dependable. And that's what you're going to get out of Charles Leno. And then you have Cornelius Lucas, who did fairly well last year as the left tackle. So we move on to the tight end position. And when you look at the depth chart, you have Logan Thomas, obviously. You have John Bates. You have Simmons Reyes. And then Ricky Seals-Jones as the fourth tight end. Now, I really think that you're going to see a lot of Ricky Seals-Jones this year, especially in the passing game. But Ron Rivera loves Simmons Reyes. He said that Simmons Reyes is one of the most physical blockers or the best blocker on the team. So, hey, if a guy is the best blocker on the team, then obviously he's going to get some playing time. So we're going to We're going to see how the tight end snaps go this season. But I do like the idea of Ricky Seals-Jones being on this team. I think he offers a different skill set from the other two, meaning the other two backups in John Bates and Reyes. So we're going to see what John Bates can do this year. Let's see if John Bates is going to be a guy that can use in the passing game. We know that he's a good blocker. That's why we brought him in here. So I'm excited for Sammis Reyes. Awesome story. So we have two rookies. Essentially, Sammis Reyes is also a rookie, but he didn't get that little green shadow on his name like the other rookies because he's he went through that program and things of that nature. So we have Ryan Fitzpatrick as QB1, Taylor Heinicke QB2, and Kyle Allen QB3. Not a surprise there. You have Antonio Gibson as the RB1, but on the depth chart, you have J.D. McKissic as the RB2 and Jaret Patterson as the RB3. Okay, let me break this down to you guys. Antonio Gibson is going to get a lot of the work. He's going to get the bulk of the work, both on passing downs, running downs. He's going to be a back that probably gets 80% of the snaps this year. That's what I'm expecting out of him. If not 80%, then maybe 70%. Now, J.D. McKissic is going to be that third down back. Okay, but you also have Jaret Patterson, who can be a third down back, and he can also be that early first and second down running back as well. So not only is Jaret Patterson backing up Antonio Gibson, he's also backing up J.D. McKissic as well. So that's that position flex. That's that versatility that Ron Rivera wants. So for those of you guys who play fantasy football, Jaret Patterson is a nice handcuff to have. Just in case something is to happen to Antonio Gibson, you can rely more on Jaret Patterson than you can on J.D. McKissic. Yes, I said it. Now we move on to the defensive side of the ball. You have Chase Young, Montez Sweat on the outsides, on the edge. And you have Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne on the inside. Not a surprise there. You have Tim Settle and Matt Ioannidis also on the inside. Those are our strongest position, that defensive tackle. Now, James Smith-Williams is on the edge, backing up Chase Young, and Casey Toohill is backing up Montez Sweat. Now, we also have Shaka Toney backing up James Smith-Williams, and then we also have David Bada backing up Matt Ioannidis. So it seems like they're going to use David Bada also on the inside, but also outside. So there's that versatility there. And also, James Smith-Williams can go inside and out if need be. Pretty much everybody that we have on the defensive line, they can play on the inside or outside. I'm not saying that they can do it well, but push come to shove, you got to be able to do your job and do somebody else's job. And that's kind of how you really get reps. That's kind of how you really get snaps. Coaches love players that can do multiple things, just like in the in the job world. Let's say, for example, you get hired. They want to see your skills. They want to know, can you do Microsoft? Can you do Excel? Can you do this? Can you do that? In the job field, they want you to do multiple things, and that's kind of how you become more valuable to the company. And in this case, become more valuable to the football team. Now, you have Jamin Davis as a middle linebacker, and I knew that was going to be his position coming out the draft. I mean, that was just the biggest need. They needed that guy come in and play that position. Now he's still learning, and I see Jamin Davis picking it up more and more as the season goes on. You have Cole Holcomb on the outside, and then you also have Jon Bostic on the opposite side. Now, backing up Jamin Davis is Khaleke Hudson. Backing up Cole Holcomb is David Mayo. So there's that. I mean, I really think that they need another linebacker. I'm not too much going to trust Mayo and Khaleke Hudson if something happens to, happen to one of your starters. You don't want one of these guys coming in, especially if that starter getting hurt is Jamin Davis. You can kind of like get away with it if it's Holcomb or Bostic, really Bostic, but you really want to get another backer in there to solidify that group. Now, you have William Jackson III on the outside. You know what I'm saying? You have Kendall Fuller on the outside, another guy with position flex who you think could possibly go inside. Now, you have Landon Collins starting at the strong safety position and Cameron Curl starting at the free safety position. So that's pretty interesting there because a lot of people said, oh, we're going to get Bobby McCain out there starting opposite Cam Curl. But Landon Collins is getting paid. He has looked good, and hey, he's going to make a case for why he should be on the team. moving forward. He wants to be on the team moving forward. You know, he's hoping that he's here for the long run, meaning another 2 to 3 years. He wants to be here in DC, but his play this season is going to determine what we do with Landon Collins come next year. I mean, we have tons of depth on that safety position. We have Everett backing up Collins. We have Bobby McCain backing up Cam Curl. Now, the backup corners, you have Troy Ackley backing up William Jackson III, and you have Benjamin St-Juste backing up Kendall Fuller. I think that's a mistake. I think it should be McIntyre backing up William Jackson III, because obviously McIntyre is the fourth best corner on this team, being that, you know, Jimmy Moreland, fan favorite, is now gone. Now, the other two corners are Darryl Roberts and obviously McIntyre. So this is what the depth chart looks like. Obviously, things can change. Things always change. And then you look at the special teams. You got Tress Way, you know, punting the ball. You have Dustin Hopkins, the kicker, who we did bring in another kicker on the practice squad to help push a Dustin Hopkins. Check out that video that I did on the kicker. You have Cameron Cheeseman out here. You have Tress Way as the holder and kickoff. There's Hopkins, and then punt returner is DeAndre Carter. Now, the kickoff returner, it's not listed here, but you would figure that it'll be like, it'll either be Carter. I think Carter is the kickoff and the punt returner. I don't know why I decided to use this site instead of using the official site. I just thought that this site right here was much cooler. But let's look at the official site. I apologize for using this one. I thought it would be cooler, but obviously it was an epic fail for the team, for the depth chart. A few things I want to shore up. On this one, you see that they got it right over here. Yeah, so it's McIntyre, St-Juste, Kendall Fuller, William Jackson. Those are the four. And then the backups are Darryl Roberts and Troy Ackley. The safeties remain the same. You see that David Mayo is backing up John Bostic and Cole Holcomb here. Casey Toohill and Shaka Toney, yeah, still on the edge. The defensive tackles remain the same with these three guys. And you see that David Bada is not on this depth chart as well. So just a few changes from what I just read to you guys in this one. And if you look here, yes, DeAndre Carter is going to be returning kicks and returning punts. Jaret Patterson is going to be the backup kickoff returner to DeAndre Carter. And Dax Milne is going to be the backup to DeAndre Carter in the punt returning. So those are the two cool things about the way that this roster is structured. Now, what confuses me, like I said earlier, is Carter being the backup slot guy and it not being Dax Milne. So that's a little bit shocking right here. I think it should be, you know, switched around so that way DeAndre Carter can focus more so on kickoff returning and punt returning. But I guess when they're trying to figure out who's going to dress and blah, 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 maybe that's going into play. Maybe that Dax Milne is only active if he's returning punts, or is Dax Milne going to be part of the actual special team coverage and things of that nature? I think that Jaret Patterson is in the place of special teams this year, just not returning kickoffs, but also on the punt team. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything shakes out. One thing that I did like about the other depth chart that I was using, it kind of showed special teams. Practice squad, which is not really needed for this particular video. So guys, this is the video. This is the depth chart. Just kind of wanted to get on here and talk about it. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know if you guys agree with this depth chart. What would you guys have done differently? Let me know in the comment section and I will reply back. Also, I want to announce my memberships. I have memberships, 3 different levels of memberships, and it's going to be up in my channel page. Just go ahead and click. I have the first level where I have loyalty badges, emojis, members only live chats, priority reply to comments. That's $2.99, and then the $4.99 level of membership, perks from the previous. There'll be early access to videos, member shout outs, photos, and status updates, exclusive member only videos, member only live streams. Okay. Then when you come into the level 3, you get the same levels. Same everything from levels 1 and 2, This one right here, we get to connect on social media. I get to do virtual video collabs with you guys. So if you guys want to come and talk Dyami Brown or talk a different position group or even want to just chat, we can definitely, do that, get you on a live stream. That level is $9.99. There's a members only chat room as well. Also, for this particular membership, I'm going to have a members only chat where you're chatting with me via GroupMe or whatever chat form that I, happen to, use. You get to ask me fantasy football questions. You get to ask me sits and starts and all these great and wonderful things. We get to interact there. You can get to meet other members as well. So guys, this is the Talking Sports with Manny YouTube channel. Please like, please subscribe, and please share. And I will catch you guys on that next video. Let's get it.